Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Angelica Violet if you're new here, and I like to talk about tattoos and things about weight-related bias. So today we'll be talking about tattoos. If you didn't see my last tattoo vlog, or if you don't follow me on Instagram, you wouldn't know that I got my knuckles tattooed. I guess I have rings on, I should take them off. So if you didn't see from any of my other posts or the thumbnail, I got the words "take care" tattooed on my knuckles. So today I'll be discussing that process, pain, and things like that. I got these done on March 12th, which is 2 days before my 24th birthday this year. For I think a couple years now I've wanted to get my knuckles tattooed, but I was just a little hesitant because I value my mom's opinion so much. Like, it's the highest opinion that I value in my life. Like, I just live to make sure that she's happy. And I feel like sometimes I take that a little too far, and I needed to start doing things for myself instead of trying to seek the opinions of other people. So if you have been following me for a while, you would have seen this prank video I did on my mom, and I did like temporary tattoos on my knuckles, and then I FaceTimed her and whatever. And I guess that was like kind of a prank, but then I was also like testing the waters to see how she would react if I actually got my knuckles tattooed. I think that video was like a year and a half ago, maybe even 2 years old. And when I got it done, she really didn't say anything too horrible. I mean, she's like the nicest lady ever. It's not like she would say anything awful about me anyway. So I guess that felt a little relieving, which kind of inspired me to get my knuckles tattooed. But what really pushed me to actually get them done now is I was talking to my therapist at the time about how I value so many other people's opinions about me instead of valuing my own opinion and doing stuff that I actually want. So when we talked about that, I was like, you know, fuck it, I'ma just do it. So like, I think that conversation was in February, and I texted my tattoo artist, Bob. Ooh, I've gone to Bob a zillion times, if you don't know him by now. I'll link his Instagram down below. His name's Bob Haas at Family Tattoo. He's located in Chicago. And I just trust this man with my life at this point. So I wanted to go to Bob to get my knuckles tattooed just because I've known this man for so long, and he's done, I would say, probably half my tattoos at this point, just because I've been branching out and seeing other people. I sound like I'm in an open relationship with Bob or something. But he's done my chest piece, he's done a majority of like my bottom arm, and then a lot in my upper arm area, and then I have a piece up here by him, which is a horse. And I love him. He is a really great artist. Like I said, I trust him the most, and I've had a really long relationship with him, and he's been tattooing for a really long period of time, so I just trust him so much. And while I trust all of my tattoo artists, I just feel like knuckles are such a tricky area, so I just wanted to be super hyper comfortable in where I was going, who I was seeing, and what I was getting done. I ended up going with the saying "take care" because I guess I'm just like a huge advocate for taking care of yourself. Mental health is obviously very important to me, if none of you guys know me by now. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology. I currently work at a mental health facility, and I run a program for people with psychotic illnesses. So just the whole idea of taking care of yourself and advocating for yourself is really important to me, which is why I ended up getting "take care" tattooed on my knuckles. I was really hesitant to get this saying at first because obviously it's a fucking Drake song and album, and I'm not very fond of Drake, so I didn't want people to think I was a Drake fan by having "take care" on my knuckles, but I've kind of just, I don't even care about that anymore. And I mean, my boyfriend made a joke as soon as I got them done. He said, like, did a Drake joke, and I was like, no, shut the fuck up. We're not doing that. This is not related to Drake, okay? We're settling that here. I was deciding between the sayings "stay true," which is a very classic American traditional thing to have on your knuckles, but it was just really interesting how it worked out, because when I was messaging Bob about this, I was thinking about either getting the saying "stay true" or "take care" on my knuckles. I'm still trying to decide, because I was hesitant to get the "take care" because of Drake, and I didn't want people to meme on me, but then I didn't really want to get "stay true" tattooed on my knuckles because while it is very classic, I don't feel like I have as much of a meaning behind "stay true," but besides, like, obviously I love staying true and being yourself, but just "take care" feels like a little more emotionally, spiritually connected to me. So when I went to go get my knuckles tattoos, he automatically printed take care. And I just felt like that was a sign from the universe to get that tattooed on my knuckles, because I gave him 2 of the like sayings I wanted to get on my knuckles, and he decided to print out take care and did the stencils for that, which was, I don't know, it was just like the universe did that, okay? It was meant to happen. It was really exciting that that happened that way, but I don't know, that's just life, and I'm happy at those little coincidences that all got me here in this place. I was so hung up on what my knuckles were saying that I didn't even think of what colors I actually wanted them. Obviously I wanted them in the official like American traditional tattoo font, because that's obviously so classic and it just goes with the rest of my pieces. When Bob asked me what color I wanted, I was like, I don't know, man, like I don't know, what color do I want? And that was a kind of a spare of the moment thing. I feel like I have a lot of warm tones. I like wearing warm tone clothes. I'm just a warm tone girl, okay? And I feel like I have a lot of red in my tattoos because I have a lot of flowers and stuff like that. So I ended up going with red, which I really like. At first, I was so scared. I just thought they looked so masculine because it's red, I don't know. But I've come to really grow and like that color. I think it's a really good choice. The pain was so unbelievable, and what I mean by that is, I don't know if you have gotten your chest tattooed, but getting my chest tattooed was by far the most excruciating experience I've ever had in my life. I don't know if it's because I have like more of a bonier chest area, but it just fucking hurt, okay? Like I hated it. When I first got my chest done, I just got the outlining and shading, and I waited 1.5 years to get it filled because it was just so excruciating for me. Like I did not want to do it, but I ended up doing it, obviously, because it's filled. But I was thinking that the chest pain was gonna be how it is on the knuckles, because it's kind of like the same amount of fat and like it's very bony. I've been told by a few tattoo artists that I sit really well, and I feel like I have quite a good pain tolerance. So I don't know if maybe I was just like so hyped up on adrenaline and I was so nervous to get these tattoos that I feel like they weren't painful, but they really weren't. Like, I've watched so many videos on YouTube talking about knuckle tattoos and hand tattoos, and everyone always bitches about how painful they are and how horrible it is, and like they could barely sit any longer, but I mean, it was really fucking fast. Like, first Bob did like the outlining and then did the shading really quick and then filled in the red. Knuckles tattoos can only be so big, so, you know, it's gonna be a relatively fast experience. Even if you do think it is painful, I mean, it's not gonna take that long unless you're getting some like really intricate looking things on your fingers like how Post Malone does. But wouldn't recommend anyone getting anything that detailed on their knuckles, just because your hand tattoos are gonna wear really fast compared to the tattoos on your rest of the body, just because you're using your hands all the time. They're always out in the sun, they're being washed, things like that. So pain was not horrible at all. I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but at the time when I was getting my knuckles done, I got this tattoo done first just because I've had this gap here and it drives me effing nuts. So we did this tattoo first, and that was kind of an uncomfy spot just because of where it is. But so we did that first, and then I did my knuckles, and my knuckles were like a breeze. Like I was literally like on Instagram while he was doing this hand, and then when he did his hand, I was like, but that might be me, and I don't know if it's my high pain tolerance or if it's because I just had like a lot of adrenaline and other nice hormones going through my body at the time. So now the important part, because ideas are so easy to come by and really to think about, and pain is temporary, but what are the repercussions of getting your knuckles tattooed? This is really difficult for me to answer just because I'm working from home and I don't really go out that much even though I'm fully vaccinated. I haven't had any negative experiences so far with having my knuckles tattooed. The worst thing that has happened to me is maybe like my mom commenting. Like, I think the day after I got my knuckles tattooed, she came down and visited because it was my birthday and we like hung out and went shopping and stuff. And I was driving, so my knuckles were like on the steering wheel. And she's like, did you get your knuckles tattooed? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, when? I'm like, yesterday. She's like, oh my god. Well, just like don't get a face tattoo on your neck. Like, just promise me that. And I'm like, I can't, but okay. Next conversation. And then later that night, I also went to a go-away party to my future sister-in-law, aka my boyfriend's little sister went off to the Marines and they were having a little go-away party, so I was hanging out with them and people were just making interesting comments. They're just like, oh my god, is that real? I'm like, yep, they are. Just got them done. I think people are more shocked about hand tattoos and knuckle tattoos, if anything. My boyfriend's family is Mexican and they're very traditional, and I think at this point they're not shocked at anything I do, just because my boyfriend and I have been together for 2.5 years, and the whole time we've been dating, I've been heavily tattooed. I've had fucking a zillion different hair colors and haircuts, so I think they're just about immune to any of the foolishness that I get myself into. I did meet with my boss once for supervision in person, just because we happened to both be in the office at the same time. And I don't know if it's just because I'm a tweak, but I felt like we were like sitting maybe like 8 feet apart or something. And I was like holding my work laptop and my knuckles were showing. And I don't know if it's just me being a very paranoid person, which probably could be the case, but I felt like she was looking at my knuckles, but I don't know, she could also be looking at my beautiful nails at the same time, so who really knows? Maybe she was just so amazed at both of these things that I have done. But she didn't say anything about it, and I've met with clients and they've seen my knuckle tattoos and no one has ever said anything about it. I feel like at this point in my life, people just kind of keep opinions to themselves. I've never had any negative repercussions, and I don't know if maybe that's because I've been at this job for so long and I was hired when I had a lot of tattoos, and I've continued to get tattooed while I've been working at this organization. So I think just everyone in my life, work, family, friends, just don't really give a damn. As long as I'm, I think, a half nice person and get my job done, no one should really be concerned of what my appearance is. Unless I smell and my hair looks like shit, then maybe my boss should say something. I mean, I really don't know what else to say. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I'll be moving to Chicago in October, so I might have a different experience, like, especially because I have to find a new job and whatever. So I don't know, let's see how the mental health facilities up north think about my knuckle tattoos. I have a feeling they really won't give a damn, but who knows? We gotta wait and see. I actually went to a brunch up in Chicago with a couple of my friends. We were all vaccinated a couple weeks ago, and the host at the restaurant actually had knuckle tattoos, but she had like no other tattoos on her arms. So I was like, you know what? This shit is being normalized, which is nice because I already have a lot of paranoia and anxiety around my looks just because I'm plus size. Because I feel like people just stare at me and vomit at their mouth, but that's just being insecure. So having tattoos is just like another layer of self-conscious thoughts I have, because I'm like, okay, are people staring at me because I'm fat? Is it because I have tattoos, or are they just so in love with me? It's probably the first two, but you know, the last one, it can happen. A girl can dream. But yeah, that's all I really have. If you have any comments or questions, make sure to leave them down below. I'll be sure to answer them. Shop Rebirth Jewelry if you want any cool new pieces. It is my small business. Make sure to check it out. Follow it on Instagram and TikTok. I appreciate your support, your love, and your subscription for being on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. Peace!